Welcome back to Rare Lincoln Penny Coins. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating world of Liberty coins, especially focusing on the rare and highly talked about pieces around 1978 and their current market value that can shock even experienced collectors. Coins are not just money. They are time machines. Every scratch, every mark, every detail tells a story. Liberty coins, in particular, hold a special place in the hearts of collectors because they represent freedom, artistry, and a rich American legacy. The iconic Lady Liberty design has appeared on various coins over the years, symbolizing hope and independence. Now, let's take a moment to understand why some Liberty coins can be worth not just hundreds, not just thousands, but sometimes millions. The answer lies in rarity, condition, historical significance, mint errors, and collector demand. A coin from 1978 might sound common, but under the right circumstances, it can become extremely valuable. In 1978, several coins were minted, but what makes certain Liberty-related coins stand out is not just the year, but the hidden details. For example, coins with minting errors, like double strikes, off-center designs, or missing elements, can instantly skyrocket in value. Collectors are always searching for these rare mistakes because they are unique. No two error coins are exactly the same. Condition is everything. A coin that has never been circulated, meaning it has no wear, no scratches, and retains its original shine, can be worth significantly more than one that has been used in daily transactions. These are often graded by professionals and assigned a score. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Now imagine a Liberty coin from around that era, preserved in near-perfect condition, possibly with a rare mint error. Suddenly, its value is no longer just a few cents or dollars. It could jump into thousands, and in extreme cases, reach astonishing figures like hundreds of thousands or even more depending on demand and uniqueness. There have been cases where collectors paid massive amounts for coins that most people would ignore. This is because experienced collectors understand something that many don't: rarity creates value. When supply is extremely low and demand is high, prices explode. The figure you mentioned, around $787,976.47, may sound unbelievable for a coin, but in the world of rare numismatics, such numbers are not impossible. Certain coins have sold for even more at auctions. What matters is authenticity, rarity, and condition. Another important factor is mint marks. Coins minted in different locations often carry small letters indicating their origin. Some mint locations produced fewer coins, making those versions rarer. A tiny letter on a coin can change its value completely. History also plays a huge role. Liberty coins connect to different periods in American history, reflecting economic changes, artistic trends, and political moments. Collectors don't just buy coins, they buy stories. Owning a rare Liberty coin is like owning a piece of history. Now let's talk about how you might actually find one of these valuable coins. Many people still discover rare coins in old collections, inherited boxes, or even loose change. It sounds surprising, but it happens. The key is knowledge. Knowing what to look for can turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing discovery. Look closely at details. Check the year carefully. Examine the edges, the design, the lettering. Use magnification if possible. Sometimes the difference between a normal coin and a rare one is incredibly small: a slight variation, a tiny error, or a subtle detail. Also, never clean old coins. This is a mistake many beginners make. Cleaning can actually reduce the value significantly because collectors prefer original surfaces, even if they look worn or dirty. If you believe you have a rare Liberty coin, the next step is professional grading. Experts can verify authenticity and assign a condition grade. This step is crucial before selling or valuing your coin. Auctions are where the real magic happens. Rare coins often reach their highest prices in competitive bidding environments. Collectors from around the world participate, driving prices higher and higher. The market for rare coins continues to grow. As more people become interested in collecting, demand increases. At the same time, truly rare coins become even harder to find. This combination pushes prices upward over time. So, what makes Liberty coins so special compared to others? It's the combination of beauty, symbolism, and historical depth. The image of Liberty is timeless. It represents ideals that resonate across generations, making these coins more than just collectibles. They are icons. Imagine discovering a coin in your home that you once thought was worthless, only to find out it could change your financial future. That's the excitement of coin collecting. It's not just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt, and the best part? Anyone can start. You don't need to be rich. You don't need special tools. All you need is curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. So next time you come across an old coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. It might just be one of those hidden gems waiting to be discovered, because in the world of Liberty coins, even the smallest piece of metal can carry a value far beyond imagination. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious topics in the coin collecting world, Liberty coins. These coins are not just metal, they are history, hidden treasure, and in some rare cases, they are worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Now picture this, the year is 1981. The world was different, economies were shifting, and coins were being minted in huge numbers. Most people never paid attention to the small details on their coins. But collectors, they look closely. They study every line, every mark, every tiny variation. Because sometimes, one small difference can turn an ordinary coin into a fortune. Liberty coins have always held a special place in the hearts of collectors. The word Liberty itself represents freedom, power, and identity. When it appears on a coin, it carries historical weight. These coins have been produced in many forms over the years, from older silver designs to more modern versions. Each one tells a story about the time it was created. Now let's talk about value, because that's what makes this topic so exciting. Not every Liberty coin is worth a fortune. In fact, most are only worth their face value. But some rare versions, especially those with minting errors, limited production, or exceptional condition, can reach unbelievable prices. Imagine finding a coin that looks normal, but when examined by experts, it turns out to be extremely rare. That's how collectors have discovered coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some listings and speculative valuations even push numbers into the range of hundreds of thousands or more, depending on rarity, condition, and demand. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that is scratched, worn, or damaged loses value quickly. But a coin that has been preserved perfectly, with sharp details and no signs of wear, can be worth many times more. Collectors use grading systems to determine this. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Now think about mint marks. These tiny letters on coins show where they were made. Different mint locations can produce slightly different versions of the same coin. Sometimes, one mint produces fewer coins than another. That makes those coins rarer, and rarity means value. Errors are another fascinating factor. A coin with a misprint, double strike, or unusual feature can be incredibly valuable. These errors happen during the minting process and are often caught and destroyed. But if one escapes into circulation, it becomes a collector's dream. Back to 1981, coins from this era are still being examined today. While most are common, collectors are constantly searching for hidden gems. A slight variation, a unique detail, or an overlooked feature could make all the difference. The market for coins is always changing. Prices go up and down depending on demand, rarity, and global interest. Some coins that were once ignored are now highly sought after. This is why collectors never stop searching. Every coin has potential. Now imagine you have a box of old coins at home. Maybe they were passed down from family, or maybe you collected them without thinking much about it. What if one of those coins is rare? What if it has a hidden value waiting to be discovered? This is why knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. The more you learn, the better your chances of finding something valuable. Experts spend years studying coins, but even beginners can make incredible discoveries. There is also an emotional side to collecting. Coins connect us to history. They remind us of past generations, old economies, and the evolution of currency. Holding a Liberty coin is like holding a piece of time. Some collectors focus only on high-value coins, while others collect for passion. But when passion and value come together, that's where the magic happens. Now let's talk about authentication. If you believe you have a rare coin, it is important to get it checked by professionals. There are grading services that can verify authenticity and assign a grade. This not only confirms the coin's value but also makes it easier to sell in the market. Selling a rare coin can be just as exciting as finding one. Auctions, collectors, and dealers are always looking for valuable pieces. Some coins have been sold for incredible prices simply because two collectors competed to own them, but remember, not every coin is a jackpot. Many coins look promising but turn out to be common. This is why patience is key. True collectors understand that the search is part of the journey. The idea of a coin being worth a massive amount of money captures everyone's imagination. It makes people look at their spare change differently. Suddenly, every coin becomes a possibility. So next time you see a Liberty coin, don't ignore it. Look closely. Check the year, the condition, the details. You never know what you might find. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. It is a mix of history, mystery, and opportunity. And sometimes, just sometimes, it rewards those who pay attention with something truly extraordinary. This is coins, where every small detail can lead to something big, and every coin could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the world of coin collecting. Liberty coins, their hidden value, their mysterious past, and why some of these tiny metal pieces are selling for unbelievable amounts of money in today's market. The story begins hundreds of years ago when Liberty first appeared on coins as a symbol of freedom, strength, and national identity. These coins were not just currency, they were art, history, and political expression combined into one. The image of Liberty changed over time, from flowing hair designs to capped busts and later to the famous seated and standing Liberty figures. Each design represents a different era, a different mindset, and a different level of craftsmanship. Collectors around the world are obsessed with Liberty coins because of their rarity and historical importance. But what truly makes them valuable is not just age, it's the combination of minting errors, low production numbers, and condition. A coin that looks almost perfect, even after decades or centuries, can skyrocket in value. And when we talk about rare Liberty coins, we're talking about numbers that shock even experienced collectors. Now let's focus on something very interesting, the year 1982. At first glance, it might not seem special. After all, millions of coins were minted during that time. But here's the twist. 1982 was a transitional year in coin production. It was the year when the metal composition of certain coins changed. Before 1982, many coins were made with a higher copper content. After that, cheaper materials were introduced. This transition created confusion at the mint. Some coins were struck using old dies with new metal. Others were struck with new dies on old metal. And that's where the magic begins. These small differences, invisible to most people, are what collectors hunt for. Imagine finding a coin from 1982 that has a rare minting error, maybe a double strike, maybe an off-center design, or even a mismatched metal composition. Such a coin could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even much more depending on its uniqueness. The value doesn't come from the face value printed on it, it comes from its story. And then there are Liberty coins that go far beyond modern years. Some of the most famous Liberty coins were minted in the 1800s. These coins were produced in much smaller numbers compared to modern coins. Over time, many were lost, damaged, or melted down. That means the number of surviving coins today is extremely limited. For example, certain Liberty head coins in near-perfect condition have sold for astonishing prices. When collectors compete for a rare coin, the price can climb rapidly. Auctions become intense, with bidders from all over the world trying to secure a piece of history. Now imagine a Liberty coin valued around $787,976. That number might sound unreal, but in the world of rare coins, it's not impossible. Coins with unique errors, historical significance, and exceptional condition have reached such levels. In fact, some have gone even higher, but here's the question: how do you know if your coin is valuable? First, check the year carefully. Then look at the mint mark, small letters that indicate where the coin was produced. After that, examine the design closely. Look for anything unusual, doubling in letters, missing details, or strange alignment. Even tiny differences can mean everything. Condition is another major factor. A coin that looks shiny and well-preserved is always more valuable than one that is scratched or worn out. Professional grading services exist to evaluate coins and assign them a grade. Higher grades mean higher value. The market for Liberty coins is constantly changing. Prices go up as demand increases. New collectors enter the market every year, and experienced collectors continue searching for rare pieces to complete their collections. This ongoing demand pushes prices higher over time, and here's something most people don't realize: valuable coins are still out there. They are sitting in old drawers, forgotten boxes, piggy banks, and even in everyday pocket change. People spend rare coins without even knowing their true worth. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's like a treasure hunt where the treasure is real, and it could be right in front of you. So next time you see a coin with Liberty on it, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. That small piece of metal might carry a story worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands. The world of Liberty coins is full of mystery, history, and opportunity. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, there's always something new to discover. Every coin has a story, and every story has value, and who knows, the next time you check your coins, you might just find one that changes everything. This is Coins, bringing you closer to hidden treasures, rare discoveries, and the incredible stories behind the smallest things that can hold the biggest value. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and talked about categories in numismatics: Liberty coins. These are not just pieces of metal. They are symbols of freedom, history, power, and sometimes, unbelievable value. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks simple at first glance, maybe even something you've seen before, but in reality it could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is exactly what makes Liberty coins so exciting. They are everywhere in history, but only a few are rare enough to change someone's life. Let's begin with the heart of the topic: Liberty coins themselves. The word liberty has appeared on American coins for centuries. It represents freedom and independence, and over time it has been designed in many different artistic forms. From flowing hair designs to seated figures, and later the famous walking Liberty image, these coins tell a story of a nation evolving. Now here's where things get interesting. Not every Liberty coin is valuable. In fact, most are quite common. But certain years, mint marks, and conditions can turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible worth serious money. That's what collectors and treasure hunters are always searching for. Let's talk about a very specific point you mentioned: 1984. At first, this might confuse many collectors because traditional Liberty designs were not commonly used in standard circulation coins during that year. However, 1984 coins can still be valuable depending on errors, special minting, or collectible editions. In 1984, the United States Mint produced coins like the Washington Quarter, Kennedy Half Dollar, and Lincoln Cent. While these do not feature the classic Liberty figure prominently, they still carry the spirit of Liberty through inscriptions and design elements. So how can a 1984 coin become valuable? The answer lies in errors and condition. A coin from 1984 with a minting error, such as a double strike, off-center design, or missing details, can be extremely rare. Collectors are willing to pay large amounts for these mistakes because they are unique and cannot be reproduced. Another factor is condition. A coin that has never been circulated, known as mint state, can be worth far more than one that has been used in daily transactions. Even a common coin can become valuable if it is perfectly preserved. Now let's talk about the numbers you mentioned, values reaching into hundreds of thousands, even something like $787,976.42. While that exact figure is unusual, it reflects a real truth in the coin collecting world. Rare Liberty coins have sold for massive amounts at auctions. For example, certain rare Liberty head coins, especially from the 19th century, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Coins with low mintage numbers or historical significance can attract intense bidding from collectors around the world. One of the biggest reasons behind these high prices is rarity. If only a small number of coins were ever made, or if most of them were lost or damaged over time, the remaining ones become incredibly valuable. Combine that with high demand from collectors, and the price can skyrocket. History also plays a major role. Liberty coins from important periods in American history carry emotional and cultural value. Coins minted during times of war, economic change, or national transformation often become more desirable. Another key factor is grading. Professional grading services examine coins and assign them a grade based on condition. The difference between two grades can mean thousands of dollars. A Liberty coin graded near perfect can be worth many times more than the same coin in average condition. Now imagine this scenario. Someone finds an old coin in a drawer, maybe inherited from a grandparent. It looks worn but interesting. They take it to an expert and discover it's a rare Liberty coin from a limited mintage. Suddenly, that small piece of metal becomes a major financial asset. This is not just a dream. It has happened many times. The excitement of coin collecting comes from this possibility. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story includes hidden value waiting to be discovered. Let's also talk about the artistic side. Liberty coin designs are some of the most beautiful in history. The flowing hair, the detailed robes, the strong and confident posture, all of these elements make Liberty coins highly attractive to collectors. Even people who are not deeply involved in numismatics often appreciate these designs. Collectors also look for variations. Small differences in design, known as varieties, can make a coin rare. These differences might be tiny, like a slightly altered letter or a small mark, but they can significantly increase value. Now coming back to modern times, the market for coins continues to grow. Online auctions, collector communities, and global interest have made it easier than ever to buy and sell rare coins. Prices are constantly changing based on demand, discoveries, and trends. This means a coin that is not very valuable today could become valuable in the future. The market is always evolving, and new collectors are entering the field every year. So what should you do if you want to start? First, always check your coins carefully. Look at dates, mint marks, and overall condition. Second, do not clean your coins. Cleaning can actually reduce their value. Third, consider getting professional advice if you think you have something rare, and most importantly, stay curious. The world of Liberty coins is vast and full of surprises. Every coin you examine could be the one that changes everything. As we wrap up, remember this: Liberty coins are more than just currency. They are history in your hands, art in metal form, and sometimes, hidden treasure waiting to be found. Keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, the next valuable coin could already be in your pocket. This is Coins, and your journey into the world of rare treasures has only just begun. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of top Liberty coins, especially focusing on the iconic 1984 issues and their current market value, history, and why collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts like $787,976.43 for the rarest examples. Coins are not just currency. They are time machines. Every scratch, every detail, every design tells a story of a specific era. Liberty coins, in particular, hold a very special place in numismatic history. The image of Liberty has symbolized freedom, hope, and national identity for generations. From early American coinage to modern commemoratives, Liberty has always represented something bigger than money. Now let's go back in time. The concept of Liberty on coins dates back to the late 18th century when the United States first began minting its own currency. Instead of kings or rulers, the country chose a symbol of freedom. That's how Lady Liberty became the face of American coins. Over time, her design evolved, appearing in different styles such as flowing hair, capped bust, seated Liberty, and eventually the more modern interpretations. Fast forward to 1984. This year is very interesting for collectors. While it may not seem ancient, certain Liberty-related coins from this period have gained serious attention in the market. Why? Because of minting errors, limited circulation, condition rarity, and collector demand. One of the biggest factors that determine a coin's value is condition. A coin from 1984 in average condition might only be worth its face value. But if that same coin is in mint state condition, meaning it looks almost brand new with no wear, its value can skyrocket. Collectors use grading systems to evaluate coins, and even a tiny difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars in value. Another factor is rarity. Not all coins are created equally. Some coins were produced in limited numbers, while others have rare errors. For example, a misprint, double strike, or off-center design can turn a normal coin into a collector's dream. These rare features are what push certain coins into extremely high price ranges. Now let's talk about the shocking number. $787,976.43. That's not a random figure. That represents how high the value of a rare Liberty coin can go under the right conditions. This kind of price is usually seen in auctions where collectors compete fiercely. The more unique and well-preserved the coin, the higher the bidding goes, but here's something many people don't realize. Valuable coins are not always old. Even coins from the 1980s, like 1984, can be worth a fortune if they have the right characteristics. That means there could be hidden treasure sitting in old collections, drawers, or even pocket change. Let's take a closer look at what makes a 1984 Liberty-related coin valuable. First, check the mint mark. Coins minted in different locations can have different values. Some mints produced fewer coins, making them rarer today. Second, examine the coin carefully for errors. Look for unusual markings, doubled images, or anything that looks different from standard coins. Third, pay attention to the shine and detail. The sharper the design, the more valuable the coin. Collectors are always searching for coins with strong visual appeal. A coin that looks beautiful, even after decades, is much more desirable. This is why proper storage is important. Coins kept in protective holders maintain their quality and value over time. Another interesting aspect is historical demand. As more people become interested in coin collecting, prices naturally rise. Online platforms and auctions have made it easier for collectors around the world to compete for rare coins. This global demand has pushed prices to record levels. There is also an emotional side to coin collecting. For many people, it's not just about money. It's about history, passion, and the thrill of discovery. Finding a rare Liberty coin can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure from the past. Now imagine this scenario. You find an old coin from 1984. At first, it seems normal. But then you notice something unusual. Maybe the design looks slightly off, or the surface is unusually well preserved. You decide to have it evaluated. And suddenly, you realize you might be holding something extremely valuable. This is why knowledge is power in the world of coins. The more you learn, the better your chances of identifying rare and valuable pieces. Many collectors spend years studying coins, learning about different designs, minting techniques, and historical context. The Liberty design itself continues to inspire collectors. It represents a timeless symbol that never loses its appeal. Whether it's an old silver coin or a modern issue, Liberty coins always carry a sense of importance and prestige. In today's market, the value of coins can change rapidly. Prices depend on demand, rarity, and overall condition. Some coins that were once overlooked are now highly sought after. This makes coin collecting both exciting and unpredictable. If you're thinking about starting your own collection, now is a great time. Begin by checking your existing coins. Look closely at dates, designs, and mint marks. You never know what you might find. Even a single rare coin can be worth a significant amount of money. Professional grading services can help determine the exact value of your coin. These experts analyze every detail and assign a grade that reflects the coin's condition. This grade plays a major role in determining market value. another tip is to stay updated with market trends. Follow auctions, read collector forums, and watch how prices change over time. This will help you understand which coins are gaining popularity. Let's not forget the importance of authenticity. Unfortunately, there are counterfeit coins in the market. Always verify your coin through trusted experts before making any major decisions. The story of Liberty coins is still being written. New discoveries continue to surprise collectors. Every year, rare coins appear in unexpected places, reminding us that history is always closer than we think. So the next time you see a coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. It might just be more than spare change. It could be a piece of history, or even a hidden treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's what makes coin collecting so powerful. It turns ordinary moments into extraordinary discoveries. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty coins and the incredible value of 1984 pieces, make sure to stay connected with the channel Coins for more amazing stories, hidden treasures, and valuable insights from the world of numismatics. Today we are diving deep into a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, and treasure hunters all over the world. A coin that many people overlook, pass by, or even spend without a second thought, yet in rare cases, it can be worth an incredible amount of money. We are talking about the legendary 1988 Liberty coin and its surprising current market value, history, and the hidden details that could turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing discovery. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks completely normal, something you might get in everyday change. But what if that same coin, under the right conditions, could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? That is the mystery and excitement behind Liberty coins. Let's start by understanding what makes Liberty coins so special. The Liberty design has been a powerful symbol in coin history. It represents freedom, strength, and identity. Over the years, Liberty has appeared on many different coins, each with its own story, minting details, and collector value. Some of these coins are extremely common, while others are so rare that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts to own them. Now focusing on the 1988 Liberty coin. The D mint mark tells us that this coin was produced in Denver. Millions of coins were minted that year, which means most of them are still very common and not worth much more than face value. However, this is where things get interesting. Not all coins are created equal. Even within the same year and mint, there can be rare variations, minting errors, or unique conditions that dramatically increase the value. For example, a small difference in the design, a misprint, or even a slight alignment issue during minting can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Collectors are always searching for these rare features. They examine coins closely, looking for details such as double dies, off-center strikes, missing elements, or unusual textures. These imperfections are not flaws in the eyes of collectors. Instead, they are rare signatures that make a coin unique. Now let's talk about condition. Condition is one of the most important factors in determining value. A coin that has never been used, with sharp details and no scratches, is considered uncirculated. These coins are much more valuable than those that have been worn down over time. Even a small difference in condition can mean a huge difference in price. So where does the massive value like $787,976.41 come from? That kind of price is not for an ordinary 1988 coin. It would only apply to an extremely rare example, possibly with a unique mint error, perfect condition, or historical significance. These coins are often graded by professionals and sold in high-level auctions where collectors compete fiercely. The excitement of coin collecting comes from this exact possibility. You never know when you might come across something rare. A coin sitting in your pocket, drawer, or old collection might have hidden value waiting to be discovered. Let's explore the history a bit deeper. The late 1980s were a time of large-scale coin production in the United States. The goal was to produce coins efficiently for circulation. But in such large production runs, mistakes can happen. These mistakes are rare, but when they do occur, they become highly valuable over time. Over the years, stories have emerged of people finding rare coins in everyday places. Some found them in pocket change, others in old jars, and some even inherited them without knowing their value. These stories fuel the passion of collectors and inspire people to check their coins more carefully. Another important factor is demand. The value of any collectible depends on how many people want it. Liberty coins have always been popular because of their iconic design and historical significance. When you combine high demand with low supply, prices can rise dramatically. Professional grading also plays a huge role. Coins are graded on a scale based on their condition. A higher grade means better condition and higher value. Coins that achieve top grades are extremely rare and can sell for astonishing amounts. If you think you might have a valuable coin, it is important to handle it carefully. Never clean it, as cleaning can reduce its value. Store it safely and consider having it evaluated by an expert. Even a small detail that you might overlook could be the key to unlocking its true worth. The 1988 D Liberty coin reminds us that value is not always obvious. Something that looks ordinary can be extraordinary under the right circumstances. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It is a mix of history, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. Take a moment and think about the coins you have right now. When was the last time you really looked at them? Not just glanced, but carefully examined every detail. You might be closer to a hidden treasure than you think. Collectors often say that the real value of coins is not just in money, but in the stories they carry. Each coin has traveled through time, passed from hand to hand, witnessing history in its own silent way. Owning a rare coin is like owning a small piece of history. As we continue exploring coins on this channel, remember that knowledge is your greatest tool. The more you learn, the better your chances of spotting something valuable. Stay curious, stay observant, and never underestimate the power of a small coin. Before you go, make sure to check your collection, your wallet, and even your old storage boxes. That one coin you ignored might just be the one everyone is searching for.